Did you know that an African queen once negotiated with Portuguese colonizers while seated on the back of a servant, refusing to accept a subordinate position? Africa's history is rich with powerful women who ruled, fought, and shaped the continent. But their stories are often overlooked, buried beneath layers of colonial narratives and patriarchal biases. Today, we unearth the extraordinary lives of some of these African queens, warriors, and leaders whose legacies deserve to be celebrated. Our journey begins in present-day Angola, with Queen Nzinga band of Ndongo and Matamba, born around 1583. Nzinga was a force to be reckoned with. As the Portuguese colonial empire encroached upon her lands, she rose as a diplomatic and military leader. She skillfully navigated a complex web of alliances, warfare, and state-building, always with the goal of protecting her people from enslavement. One of the most iconic moments in Nzinga's life occurred during negotiations in Luanda. When the Portuguese governor refused to offer her a chair of equal status, Nzinga commanded a servant to kneel, using their back as her seat, a powerful symbol of her defiance. Nzinga's reign was defined by her unwavering resistance to the transatlantic slave trade. She turned statecraft into a means of survival, building a formidable resistance that lasted for decades. She died on December 17, 1663, leaving behind a legacy of courage and resilience that continues to inspire. Our next queen takes us to present-day Nigeria, to the Hausa city-state of Zaza, with Queen Amina. Often called Amina of Zaza or Amina of Zaria, her exact dates are debated, but she is commonly placed between 1533 and 1610. Amina is synonymous with military expansion. Tradition credits her with extending Zaza's influence over trade routes and surrounding territories. She is also linked to the construction of impressive earthen fortifications known as Amina's Walls or Ganywar Amina. Oral traditions paint Amina as a warrior queen who personally led her armies into battle. While written documentation from the period is scarce, her story has become a potent symbol of female military leadership in West Africa, embodying strength and ambition. Staying in Nigeria, we now travel to the Benin Kingdom, home to Queen Mother Idia. Living approximately in the 15th to early 16th century, Idia was the mother of Oba Essegie. She became the first recognized Ioba, or Queen Mother, after Essegie's accession. This elevation marked a significant shift in Benin royal practice, granting the Queen Mother a unique political and ritual position. Tradition associates Idia with providing both military and spiritual support for Essegie's reign. Her influence was so profound that she became a central figure in Benin royal history. The famous Benin bronze heads associated with Idia are among the most recognizable works of African royal art, testaments to her enduring impact. In modern Nigeria, a commemorative mask of Idia became an important symbol of national identity, used during the 1977 Second World Black and African Festival of Arts and Culture. From Nigeria, we travel west to present-day Ghana and the Ashanti Empire, where Asantewaa reigned as the Queen Mother of Ejisu. Born around 1840, Asantewaa led the War of the Golden Stool in 1900 against British colonial rule. Following the exile of other Ashanti leaders, Asantewaa stepped forward, famously challenging the male chiefs with the words, "How can a proud and brave people like the Ashanti sit back and look while white men take away their king and chiefs, and humiliate them with impunity?" Her leadership ignited a powerful resistance movement. The Golden Stool, symbolizing the spiritual authority of the Ashanti nation, became the focal point of the conflict. After the war, Asantewaa was exiled to the Seychelles, but her legacy as an anti-colonial icon endures in Ghanaian memory. Moving northeast, we go to present-day Sudan, to the ancient kingdom of Kush, ruled by Queen Amanirenas. Reigning in the late 1st century BCE, Amanirenas led the Kushite resistance against Rome after its expansion from Egypt. She is associated with the Kushite-Roman War around 2422 BCE. Roman accounts portray Kushite women rulers as formidable, and archaeological evidence confirms Kush's strength. Amanirenas led a military campaign that reached deep into Roman frontier zones in Nubia and Lower Egypt. A significant victory led Kush to secure favorable terms after peace with Rome, rather than becoming a Roman client state. Often referred to as Kandake, a title for a ruling queen or queen mother, Amanirenas stands as one of the earliest documented African female rulers to defeat a major empire in war. Now, let's explore the legendary Queen of Sheba, known as Makeda in Ethiopian tradition. Her dates are traditionally placed around the 10th century BCE, but historical verification is limited. Linked to Ethiopia and/or South Arabia in different traditions, Makeda appears in the Hebrew Bible and later in the Quran. She is famously associated with an encounter with King Solomon. In Ethiopian tradition, she is tied to the line of kings that later claimed descent from Solomon and the Solomonic dynasty. As a figure at the intersection of history, theology, and royal legitimacy, Makeda's story continues to captivate and inspire. Next, we travel to the island nation of Madagascar and the reign of Queen Ranavalona I. Born in 1778, she ruled from 1828 to 1861. Ranavalona I fiercely resisted European influence and protected Malagasy sovereignty. Her reign was marked by repression, forced labor, and anti-Christian policies, making her a controversial but powerful figure. Finally, we journey to the Ethiopian Empire and Empress Zuditu. Born in 1876, she reigned from 1916 to 1930. Zuditu became empress after the deposition of Lijayasu. She reigned with Ras Tafari Makonnen, later Haile Selassie I, serving as regent. Zuditu holds the distinction of being Ethiopia's first reigning empress in the modern era, leaving behind a legacy of female leadership in a time of great change. These are just a few of the many extraordinary African queens who shaped history. Their stories, often untold or distorted, deserve to be brought to light. By celebrating their courage, intelligence, and resilience, we can gain a deeper understanding of Africa's rich and complex past, and inspire future generations to challenge conventional narratives and embrace the full spectrum of human history.